Ooh, it's getting heated between Tesla and Ford. We're going to have some fisticuffs thrown. Someone's going to be getting these skippity paps, and it's going to get rough. So, pretty well, it all stems from Mr. Elon's tweet here, showing this lovely unrendered Halo 1 Warthog pushing or pulling this F-150. Now, obviously this sparks a lot of controversy, right? There's so much controversy it needs to buffer after already being loaded. I mean, like, what the heck is going on here? Oh. You're like, whoa, look at this. That's right, Cybertruck is winning. It's winning the battle. So get me out of here. So then, guess what? That's right. My main man here, Sonny Madra, you might know him. He's the VP of Ford. Co-founder of Autonomic Mower. That's right, baby. So he tweets here, hey Elon, send us a Cybertruck and we will do the apples to apples test for you. Stating, pretty well that, let's be fair, he believes that this is an unfair test, and to an extent, I do think there was definitely some unfair factors here. Now, if we're considering price range on this, I don't think there necessarily was, but if you're looking at actual models of the vehicle, there absolutely was. So obviously this is one of the higher end Tesla Cybertrucks versus a very base model rear wheel drive Ford F-150, whereas this Cybertruck is an all wheel drive. It's a significant factor. The Cybertruck is significantly heavier than the F-150, and I mean significantly. So that's where a lot of that power really comes from. Again, I mean it's a lot of it is in the weight. I mean, you're gonna win a tug of war when you weigh 1.5 times that of this this truck here. But I mean, I think the side by side comparison just looks quite goofy, if you ask me. But what does this really mean? Well, I think this is honestly fantastic, and I think there's many reasons for this. So I think Tesla's really not been getting the competition that they need to actually either continue innovation or see what they actually can do in an actual market. Right now, they've just been dominating the market because they're so far ahead of the game, because no one else has really been in the game. And I think this kind of a challenge is fantastic for them. I think it's just fantastic for the auto industry as a whole, as there's finally some competition again. People are fighting for that top spot in electric vehicles. So what is Ford going to do as a response is the real question. Obviously, I think part of the reason why the Cybertruck has had pretty good initial pre-orders, and again, pre-orders don't necessarily mean anything. This is a truck that's not going to be out until 2021. People will have time to reconsider what they're doing. Late 2021, that is, as well, just to mention there. I think the form of it, just the look of it, I think is a big factor. This trapezoidal truck is, I think, a big factor for people and why they're pre-ordering it, just because it's a thing to have. It's most likely a lot of rich people ordering it, wealthier people who were just getting it to get it because of the look. And I think that's a factor here. Meanwhile, Ford, every truck looks the exact same, so what are you going to do in the matter? My question then is Ford going to be attempting to make a model other than the F-150 electric, another truck that might be, along the lines of their lovely Mach-E, where they take some inspiration from elsewhere and turn it into something else? Are they going to make a weird looking SUV like the Mach-E is? Are they going to make a weird looking truck now like the Cybertruck? Are they going to be making a Mustang electric truck? I don't know at this point. But I think this completely leaves the door open I think the door's wide open, and I think they're going to try to find ways to compete with each other. And I think it's just good. It's good for business. Competition is the key, and there's no denying that. Ford obviously plans on releasing their electric F-150 in a similar time frame to that of Tesla's. So again, there, it doesn't necessarily mean Tesla has an advantage in the case. We'll see. Ford's been posting videos. There's one video they posted, they released regarding it was a professionally filmed scene in which they pulled over 1 million pounds worth of cargo on the back of this electric F-150. And again, I should mention it's not necessarily the motor or the torque that it has. I think a lot of it really is persistent in the weight. The weight is a significant factor in that. It just puts a lot more pressure on those axles and on those wheels, and that's where that's where the traction comes from. It's harder for you to just skid out if you have that traction because all that extra weight added on. So they were, towing 1 million pounds worth of cars and trucks, but it was on tracks. Obviously, they're not just going to tow 1 million, pounds worth of gravel out of nowhere. It's just going to be. It was on tracks, and that's why it really assisted in that. But still, it's a very impressive test. So if we compare a more fair model of Ford to this Cybertruck with similar in terms of capability, I bet we'd see a much different test than we saw here. And now the question is, are other players going to get involved in the game too in this? I'm just really excited to see what Ford does as a result of this. It's going to be interesting to see for sure. I'd love to see if they make some sort of weird looking truck model as well, because they've not innovated in the truck space for quite a while. It's just every truck is the same. The only thing that makes a truck different is whenever you slap a good old pair of truck nuts on there.